It's happy hour again from uptown New Orleans at the lovely Columns Hotel on St. Charles Avenue. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. In the next 60 minutes, you'll get to meet just how many people are here? Five of the many thousands of fascinating people who live in New Orleans, and you'll get to hear some live music, lots of it. At the end of the show, you might conclude New Orleans is a great city where people love to talk, have fun, and enjoy great music. But you probably know that already, so let's get right on with doing nothing. But enjoying the next 60 minutes of happy hour together. That piano is so loud on my headphones, Chris. Can you turn that down just a little tiny bit? Thank you very much. Sitting to my left, Kevin Wilkins is the COO and entrepreneur in residence at New Orleans Idea Village. After Kevin graduated from Harvard Business School, he was the director for Equity Mutual Fund Marketing and Strategic Planning for the retail division of Fidelity Investments. Oh, I can hardly even read that. Is that true?
It's true, yeah.
Can anyone else understand what that is, Marcel?
That was pretty fast.
Thank you very much. Kevin either made a bunch of money or just had too big a personality to get along with other big business types as he got out of the corporate world to become involved with startup companies in the financial services sector as an investor. Oh, that's impressive. Operator and strategic advisor. Kevin moved to New Orleans in 2010. Hi, Kevin.
Hey.
Is this almost your 2-year anniversary?
It is. We just celebrated 2 years.
Okay. And sitting to Kevin's left is the fabulous T. Eva Perry. Hello, T. Eva. T. Eva is the legendary T. Eva of T. Eva's Famous Pies and Pralines on Magazine Street, Uptown. T. Eva can often be seen at New Orleans events carrying her little wicker basket of pralines and pies. You can also see T. Eva in Mardi Gras parades dressed up like a baby in the crew of Baby Dolls. And it's even more likely that you recognize her as one of the legendary Ernie Cato's backup singers. Hi, T. Eva.
I'm fine. How are you today?
I'm great. Great to see you. T. Eva's making her second appearance on Happy Hour. Her first time was our very, very first show we ever recorded. Marcel Marta is sitting to my right. Marcel is the communications coordinator in New Orleans for the Venezuelan presidential campaign for Enrique Capriles Radonsky. Did I pronounce any of those words correctly?
You got it all correct, man.
Oh, thank you very much. Earlier this year, a diplomatic rift between the United States and Venezuela resulted in a shutdown of the Venezuelan embassy in Miami, forcing voters by the thousands registered there to come to New Orleans to vote on Sunday, October the 7th. Marcel Marta is the local New Orleans Venezuelan voter wrangler as part of an organization called Comando Exterior Venezuela. Nice to have you, Marcel.
No, it's nice. I mean, we're going to have a few thousand people rolling in this town on Sunday.
It's very interesting.
Actually starting tomorrow.
I'd like to hear all about that. And our special musical guests today are both called Michael, which makes it extremely confusing. Michael Caine and Michael Radar are part of the band called The Parishioners. The Parishioners play what they describe as a blend of Americana and rock set against tightly woven lyrical themes of lost love, alcohol, and heavily tattooed women.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
The Parishioners' most recent album, Putting the Past to Rest, is available everywhere and actually gets played on radio across the country. Look at these two guys. They're a handsome couple of men in glasses here.
Glasses suit us.
Yeah, and talking of music, sitting across the room on the piano, the fabulous, charming, talented, and always gorgeous Mitch Foreman. Wow, what an introduction. Beautiful. Mitch, hi, how are you?
I'm very well. How you doing?
That was so loud today. Or am I just like deafer than ever? What do you think it is, T?
Blame it on the technical department.
Yeah, I blame it on Chris, exactly. Chris really screwed me up with my bad hearing. Hey, Mitch, remember T. Eva? She was our very first guest on our very first show ever when we did it in the lingerie store.
Oh, yeah, 1962.
1962. Right? Remember that, T. Eva?
I have a little Alzheimer's now.
You don't remember that? Back in 62? Where were you in 1962?
I remember I did the show, but I don't remember what date it was because I have so many dates. I have to write them down, and sometimes I forget to write some of them.
What makes you remember to write them down? Do you have a reminder that says write things down?
Usually I have a reminder for me to write things down.
What do you have as a reminder to write things down, like an alarm?
Well, my secretary was just sitting
here. She was dressed in a sort of purple satin outfit.
I won't remember this show after I leave here.
I don't remember. Maybe we've finished it already.
Because I'm going to another show.
What's the next show you're doing?
The next show I'm going to is the Louis Armstrong Foundation tonight that's going on. And my baby dolls, the Ernie K. Doe baby dolls, will be serving as hostesses at the show.
So T. Eva, I know this is a very impolite question, but how old are you?
Oh, my goodness, you're getting too personal now.
Well, give it a decade. Like, are you in the, say, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s?
You just want to know how old I am since we're such long-time friends.
I've known you for a long time.
I am 78 years old. I just passed a birthday, and I need a birthday present right now.
Okay, boys, give her a kiss.
$78.
$78.
Yeah, for a baby doll. I'm a baby doll.
So you have to get
remember?
$1 for every year. Hopefully
Yeah.
when you get to 80, things will pick up.
Okay, then I'll come back and be on the
Yeah.
show when I
So-
make 80. Okay.
So you look
Well, I've been
amazing.
waiting for you.
Doesn't she look amazing for 78?
Oh,
you
absolutely.
guys?
She's got more
That's
gray hair
why-
than I do.
That's
Incredible.
why I told you how old I am,
That's
because
impressive.
I know I don't look like I'm 78.
You certainly
years
don't.
old.
What's the secret, pralines?
That's right.
Kate is here. Kate, Kate's the best waitress of all time. We only sat down 1 minute ago, and she's already getting us drinks. More drinks. Anybody want anything?
I'm doing okay with beer, which actually, by the way, doing this show right here, excellent. Great idea.
Thanks very much, Marcel. I'm glad you.
Everybody still good?
We're all good, Kate.
Well,
Yeah,
as
thanks.
I list alcohol in my bio, I'll take one. That way you don't have to come back.
Okay.
I should be back. Don't worry about that.
She won't have to come back that soon.
That soon.
Right.
So, why do you guys specifically mention alcohol in your bio? What musician doesn't like to get drunk completely? Mitch, you like to get drunk a lot, right?
You know what? I've sort of less and less as time goes on.
Yeah, that's because we've hit 70. I'm going to tell people I'm 78 now. I look pretty good. Well, actually, I don't. Like, that's the funny part about it.
Well, how old are you?
76.
Oh, that's all?
It's amazing. That's all. What do you mean that's all?
Well,
That's plenty of
You
life.
think I look older than 76?
no,
Thank you very much, Eva. You're so
you
kind.
do not.
I don't look a year older than 76, right?
I'd
See,
say
Kevin believes that I am 70. Okay, I'm going to get off the subject right now. Let's get back to alcohol. This is too depressing. So, Michael, why do you guys list alcohol and heavily tattooed women in the description of your music?
basically because they're my favorite things in the world.
Which are they first equal? Heavily tattooed? We know talking about.
I think I like heavily tattooed women far more than I like alcohol, but and I'm definitely curbing off. I've had my share of alcohol in my life, so I think I need more tattooed women in my life.
Yeah,
What it is.
you've hit the limit. You've got room for. Well,
There's always room for more. But
what do you do with the heavily tattooed women? I mean, we know what you do with alcohol.
I'll leave it to your imagination.
Well, that's where we run into a sort of a roadblock there.
He writes songs about him.
Okay.
Oh.
That was
Yeah,
Michael Radar.
After
the
they
other-
cause me angst, of course.
Right.
Right.
But do you write upbeat, happy songs about them?
For the most part, in fact, I'm going to play a new one today, which is actually quite upbeat. But for the most part, I'm a morose kind of guy.
Do you like Wham?
I would have to say they're lower on my list of favorite bands.
Right. Kevin, are you a big Wham fan?
I'm not really a big Wham fan, but that's my generation. So
Wham? You grew up in with the
kind
80s
of,
music?
Yeah, they
Wham?
they were there.
Eva, you know.
You know I love Wham.
You d- I knew you did. That's why I brought it
I
up.
love Wham.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
George
That's my
Michael
kind
was
of
like your
music.
pinup.
Yeah.
In your bedroom, I think, when you were a kid, right?
You think so?
That's what I just assumed that.
Yeah.
Marcel,
Well,
what do
you're
you listen
somebody.
to? Wham?
Well, I mean, remember I was in South America most of the time.
I don't remember that, strangely enough. What time are we talking about?
How about, let's say, I have no idea who Wham is.
You don't
How's
have any
that?
idea who
There you
Wham
go.
is. Okay, well, we can fix that.
Okay, no, it's fine. What do I listen to?
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Caracas. I moved here at age 18, so about, 10 years ago.
Right, so you're 28.
Yeah, well, 27. I turned 28 December 4th.
Okay.
Today's my dad's
So
birthday, actually, who's 80. You know what? You look a lot better than him.
I look better than your dad.
Yeah.
I hope he's not listening.
Well, your dad doesn't know what I look like, thank God. Where does your dad?
You look great.
Thanks. You look fabulous, too. Are you single?
Yeah. I also have
Really?
a bunch of gray hair, which I don't know.
You've got a baseball
Most
cap.
women
That's
think
okay.
I'm 36, but I'm really 27. So it kind of sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
So why are you single then?
Oh, am I single?
Yeah.
I'm a software developer too. Sometimes I'm pushing out code in bars too, like this, like Michael over
Well,
here.
Michael's sitting here with a laptop. I don't know what the hell he's doing. When he says he's pushing out code, what does that mean? It sounds like having a baby or something.
Basically, we just get a whole bunch of code, get it tested, and then put it out live.
What the hell does that mean, though?
I guess when you have big updates and then you put them up live to the public, people start clicking on them, better work.
What are we talking about? We're talking about a website here.
If
Yeah.
you see his laptop, it's all numbers on the screen. I'll turn
You hear this?
Sorry.
Yeah, this is Wham.
I heard
That's
that,
Wham.
yeah.
That's Wham.
I like that song.
That's
I know
Steve
who they
is
were.
loving it. Okay, so you know what that is?
No, I do
Marcel?
know that song.
That
Yeah.
was Wham. Wake me up before
No, it's
you
great
go.
stuff.
Pushing code.
Okay, so that's code. It's sort of... Michael, what are you writing code for? Who's the client?
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Christ. It's like about 1 billion numbers on a screen. Michael, what are you...
Looks like the
Who are you
Matrix.
working for?
I'm working for a company called iSeats, And we basically run the engine behind a lot of travel sites like KLM Airlines, Southwest, so forth, where we're the ones who make their site work, where we get the bookings and so forth. And
iSeats is a very successful local company that Kenneth Purcell started here that is really, I mean, it's the engine behind all these incredible things. And I bet that nobody at KLM or probably even Kenneth Purcell, who's paying you, realizes that you're sitting here in the pub drinking while you're allegedly working.
Well, they're actually pretty cool about it. Like if I have to do anything music-wise, actually a lot of my coworkers come to our gigs.
Yeah, but that's not quite the same as working while you're sitting in a bar drinking beer and playing the accordion, is it?
Well, after hours...
Working for KLN.
Yeah, well, after hours, I know where all the bars are, where they have Wi-Fi, so I'll be at the bar pounding out code or fixing stuff and drinking. It's quite nice.
So that's not unheard of then, to sit there on the computer. And do you talk to the public? Do you have to answer the phone and do that sort of tech support?
Nope. I just talk to developers and other developers and sysadmins.
So what are you specifically working on here right now?
We got some code we're about to push, and which we were supposed to do yesterday, but
Well, we've got other things to do. Instead of that, we've got to sit around in the Columns Hotel and have a beer and play the accordion. So we're too busy. Screw KLN. So can you hack into the thing and get me a free ticket to somewhere? Because I need to get to Perth, Australia.
Oddly
it's so expensive.
Oddly enough, we do not get any discounts, and we have like all these people that was when I first took the job. I said, "Hey, is there a way I can get a discount on flights and so forth?"
Yeah, really. That would be my first question too.
And they said, unfortunately, no.
Well, they still hired you. I suppose you still took the job.
Oh yeah.
So okay. Oh, well, thanks for telling us what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's a great place to work. I'm very happy there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. ISIS actually has a pretty decent operation. I mean, I heard of their, they used to have another QA tester about a year ago, quality assurance. They had this big parties when they were pushing out code. They go to somebody's house, sit there on computers, test, drink, and it was nice. So
iSeats is a great entrepreneurial story in the city. I mean, very successful.
Oh, that's right there in the building.
That's right, they're in the building.
Mm-hmm. Are they anything to do with the Idea Village, Kevin?
We worked with iSeats historically. They've been a fantastic leader in terms of the entrepreneurial movement. And that's what Idea Village does. We focus on identifying and supporting and retaining entrepreneurs in the New Orleans ecosystem.
And you're the COO there.
I am.
Which means what exactly?
That's just a fancy title, man.
It's not that fancy. It's only got 3 letters. President would be fancy, or chairman of the board would
right,
be.
Right.
COO, what is that? Chief Operations Officer.
Right. So I'm responsible for programming and service delivery of all the services that we provide to entrepreneurs into the ecosystem. I'm also entrepreneur in residence, which is my real passion, working with the entrepreneurs, face-to-face, one-on-one, helping them build their businesses.
So that's a pretty good gig, isn't it?
I love it.
Are you doing it because you made so much money you don't have to work?
Oh, no. I wish that was the case.
Or do you get paid a lot of money to do it?
No, it's not a get-rich-quick or get-rich-ever effort. I do it because I really believe in the mission. The Idea Village is a hub in the city right now of really fostering and building onto the entrepreneurial movement. And we're getting a lot of neat recognition, and we have incredible support from a network of over 2,000 professionals right now. Schools, universities, Tulane's a great partner. Greater New Orleans Foundation is a great partner. We've got lots of partners in the ecosystem.
You lived in the ecosystem.
Yes, ecosystem.
Okay. That's nothing to do with the environment. That's the business ecosystem.
It's a business ecosystem, right.
Okay. Is there an ecosystem of business, or is that just some sort of a buzzword?
No, actually, there's an ecosystem of business. I mean, that's what's required. You need, we have a season we've launched.
It's like an infrastructure.
An entrepreneur season, and it's a way for anyone who wants to support new businesses in the city or younger businesses in the city to plug in. And it does require a broad ecosystem, whether that be government support, university support, professional service provider support, individual support, corporate sponsorship support.
So
there's lots of players involved.
We had none of this crap here just a few years ago. Before Katrina, in fact, I think, all came as a result of this. The Idea Village started after Hurricane Katrina, I think.
No, Idea Village has been around for 12 years. Tim Williamson was one of the co-founders of Idea Village. There were 5 in a bar that came up and said, you know what, the city needs to change. Because you're right, there wasn't. The city was in decline.
This is a city that people used to leave if you wanted to be successful. And now it's a city.
Yeah, that's what's amazing to see that change. I mean, I've been here 16 years now, and it's obviously primarily all the changes have happened since Katrina, but it's...
Where did you come from, Michael?
I actually grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But,
and what made you move here?
My day job, I'm a visual artist, so I came down here and with a group of glass artists and stayed on the floor of a place called Studio Inferno for a spring break session, and we just learned the what New Orleans was. I mean, we were walking from the Bywater into the quarter, passing through Frenchman Street when Cafe Brazil was at its height. And,
that was the good old days.
It hooked me to come back, and that's why I'm here.
Kevin, what made you move down here 2 years ago?
Well, my wife was from here.
Oh,
and
that's what does it, these girls.
I
They
know,
have to
I've
come
heard
back.
that story so often.
Yeah.
Whenever I say, oh, my wife was from here, they tell me to stop. They're like, oh, yes,
Okay,
we
we've heard
understand.
that one.
We know.
It's usually Tulane, Jazz Fest, Mardi Gras. Or my wife was from here. Yeah, that's the story.
So it's interesting because I met her in college, and she was part of that brain drain. You know, she wanted, her whole family's been here generationally, and she wanted to come back, but there really was nothing for her to do.
Right.
So
she
we
could have
both
worked for Eva.
She could have worked for Eva. In fact, we love your pralines. I've got 3 boys, and they love your food.
Well, thank you so much. You think you can get enough people to buy enough of Eva praline and pies that she purchase one of those buildings over there on Magazine Street?
Well, that would be an exciting
You need to
goal.
talk to
you're
Kevin.
You're an amazing entrepreneur in this city.
Okay,
You
well
know,
then
so
I'm
Idea
looking
Village
forward to
we can help
doing
you.
more business with you.
Okay,
Will you
things are
feed
coming
me?
together.
Will you feed me? Perfect.
Of course.
You got red beans and rice.
I got it.
I like
Can
that.
we get
That's
Kevin? Kevin, do we get 10% here at It's New Orleans?
Let's see, we don't make any money. It's all free. Idea Village, it's a
It's gonna
nonprofit.
get
We
some
give
free
all
money.
free
I'm hooking you up
resources.
with
Gotta get
Eva.
some free money so I can get this building I've been looking at on Magazine
Which
Street
one?
for the last 10 years.
Which building? The one you're in?
No,
Another
not that
one.
one. This is a building nobody lives in it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I know what that
So,
means. Yeah, no one lives in it.
The building. It's going to be Eva's building
I would like
to
to
do
s-
her pies and pralines and
So you-
red beans for Kevin.
So Kevin can hook you up with the money. He's an investor, you know.
Sausage jambalaya and gumbo for
Okay. For these boys. Hey,
Michael and
the
Bruce.
band,
Listen,
for Michael.
Michael, can you take a break for a minute from screwing around with KLM, and let's have a listen to a song from the Parishioners.
Okay, sounds
What do
good.
you got? So you're going to play a new song for us today?
I'm going to play a new song, so it's it's going to be a little loose around the edges, but that's we're looking for some feedback on it. So that's
Oh, well,
the
you've come to
idea,
the right
so-
group because we're like experts.
Yeah, and I figure since it's radio,
Marcel knows a lot about. Is it pop music? Because
I like to think that I'm not an expert.
there we
but,
go. That's what I
so
want to
not an
hear.
expert.
Non-experts. It's
Okay.
important. It's important.
So the
let me
song's
grab
about
my guitar.
a heavily tattooed woman.
Actually, no. It's believe it or not. It's we had plenty of time to kill during Isaac, so I'm sitting around and a lot of people's lives changed between between Katrina and now, and this is basically me sitting around, nothing to do and writing a song that makes me realize to get off my ass and stop living in the past. So
I like that.
cool. So let me
Okay.
grab my guitar.
Putting the past to rest, we might say.
Correct. Well, I've tried that already.
You're
tried that already. I
You're
think I did.
left-handed as well. You have a
Yeah.
left-handed guitar. Here.
Exactly. So
Okay,
we're
so
gonna see.
Michael Caine is playing a left-handed guitar, and Michael Radar is playing a Cajun accordion.
See if I can-
Yes. That's cool. Charge.
All right, so there's going to be a little bit of.
Marcel, you want to hold that wire?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hold his wire.
It's high-tech stuff around here. How does this
It's a nice
sound?
operation.
So anyway,
Let's
what's
just
that?
see what this sounds like for a second, Chris.
Yeah,
shall
see if we can get,
do a little sound check here.
So what I'll do is I'll sit back on the vocals, so the guitar. Yeah. So anyway,
That accordion is loud, isn't it? Yeah. That's wild. Beautiful.
this is called Winds of Change. It's been 7 long years to the day since the winds of change swept away. Before my lives, there's so many of us down here. It's amazing we stayed so much sane. I'm sitting alone in the dark, hoping to gamble the spark. Looking at my passions and soul to reaction, but in this fucking form it's hard to start. Change if you like it or not. Remain with you don't want. Same when you bleed until you drop, unless you rest. Your scars are stronger than an innocent heart. Enough of time to reflect on the things I chose to neglect. Too many thoughts on lamenting the past, I'm left with the sins of regret. There's a funny thing about life, you can never hide from the strife. Beat you down until you're tasting the ground, but you're not allowed to give up on the fight. Chain if you like it or not, main in ways you don't want. The same, and you bleed till you drop unless you realize your scars are stronger than innocent heart. Thump around over the keys, so walk damn dog in the breeze. With the rain coming down, not knowing sky from the ground, it's hard to appreciate days like these. But all I have to do is look back, remember the things I once lacked. Instead of sitting in the corner and accepting my defeat, I choose once again to attack. Change if you like it or not, in ways you don't want. The same, and you bleed till you drop unless you realize that your scars are stronger than an innocent heart.
Nice. Okay.
Bravo.
Thank you, guys.
The Parishioners. What's the song called, Michael?
It's called Winds of Change.
Winds of Change.
Yeah, subtitle
Okay.
title, Letter of Isaac to Katrina.
Yeah.
That's a great title.
So, how do you, when you write that, you have to play it in a key that the accordion, because this
Yeah,
an accordion only comes in so many keys.
Yeah, so unfortunately, like when you're listening to the other song, well, no, we're going to switch up on another one. So, but yeah, it's definitely key specific. I'll let Michael talk real quick about that since he's the actual accordion player.
Yeah, because this is a diatonic accordion. It's basically the Cajun accordion, which the German immigrants brought over to Louisiana ages ago, and of course the Cajuns picked up on it. And,
What part of the world are you from, Michael?
well, you'd have to ask my mom. Well, actually, I'm originally from Wales, and then moved over here. My dad's British, and my mom's American, so I'm half and half.
So, but you're from Wales, though?
Yeah, originally born over in Wales, and then moved back and forth between.
So you're probably
America
the
and
only
US.
Welsh Cajun accordion player in Louisiana currently, or are
No,
there others?
oddly enough, there's quite a big Cajun music scene over in Britain. Last time I lived over in London, which was around '98, and actually played
There's a
with.
bunch of Welsh guys sitting around playing Cajun accordion. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't there was this German film, I forgot, forgive me for the name, but there was a German film that featured this guy playing polka, and then he came down, and the whole movie was about his exploration into the Cajun music scene, and then all of a sudden he floats off and he dies on a boat.
It's not a documentary.
No, but
I forgot. Well, it's surprising that we've never heard of that, because you would think that a Hollywood movie about a Welsh Cajun accordion player who floats away would be
it really was
like a buzzkill.
Yeah, I was like, really? Did this just happen?
Okay, Eva is a professional musician. You know, she's the only person sitting here who's a professional musician.
I'm amazed that.
Talking to that microphone.
I'm
once again,
amazed
T.
that you playing that accordion, because I was raised up on Cajun music from the bayous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I just thought all the Cajuns were out on the bayous. I didn't know we had some coming from across the way too.
Yeah, oddly enough, there are a lot of Cajun bands from Europe that sound even more Cajun and play it a lot tighter than a lot of bands from Louisiana.
Wonderful! I learned something
what
today.
bayou were you living on there, Eva, when you grew up?
Bayou des Allemands.
That's where you grew up in Des Allemands?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
What, did you play anything back then?
No, all I did was ate a lot of catfish, hush puppies, alligator.
So
good food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. When did you start singing?
Oh, I've been singing from a little girl. I've always sang.
Yeah.
You know, I started singing. I don't want nobody to hear this. I started singing when I was a little girl, about 6 years old. And all the field workers would come to the house on Friday nights. There was one big house on its plantation, and they needed a singer while somebody else played the piano. I was the singer. There was a piano player, and it was on from then on. It's history.
When you were 6?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been pretty cute.
Yeah, it was.
What sort
I
of a
was the dancer, I was the singer and the dancer. That's why
So
I
nothing
was
much has
singer and
changed.
a dancer today.
And you were an actual baby.
Yeah.
At that point,
I mean,
not just
yeah,
dressing up
and
like
it's
a baby
real-
at the
it's
age of
real
78.
true. It's real truth. Yeah.
I believe it's true. What what plantation was it? What did they grow?
Landish.
Well,
It's very close, about 30, it could be about 30 miles from right where we're sitting right now.
It could be.
On the opposite
Depends
side.
if you use
Yeah,
Apple
it's
Maps
on the
or Google
opposite
Maps.
side of the river. It's about 30 miles.
Okay. What sort of a plantation was it
The
then?
name of the plantation
Yeah, I
was
know the name of it, but
Landish,
what
I'm
did they-
telling you.
what did they-
New French.
What did they grow on the plantation?
Sugar cane.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you...
And from sugarcane, then they grow all kinds of vegetables, fresh gardens.
yeah.
When the
so there's
sugar cane
nothing
is
much
gone.
more sugary than a praline, is there?
I know.
So-
and it's good. And
Isn't it
I've been
funny?
eating it from a born baby, and I'm still eating pralines.
Where did you get that recipe of the pralines that you make? I mean, I'm not just saying this because you're sitting
It's
here.
from down in the family.
They really are the
My
best
grandma.
pralines in the city, right, Kevin?
Absolutely.
I've
They're
had
the
them
best.
all.
My boys can't get enough of them.
We had pecan trees in the yard. There are lots of pecan trees. And we had sugar cane. So, of course, sugar.
If God gives you sugar cane,
That's right. And
make
he give you
pralines.
pecans.
And pecans,
And
right.
he give you a brand, and he let you put all this stuff together. And there
What
was
is the secret? I mean, everybody makes pralines here. I mean, not everybody, but there's tons of
know.
praline stores.
Well-
what's the secret that makes yours taste better? What do they have in it? It's just brown sugar
It's a
and
lot of love, lot of love. I
It's the
don't
love?
use brown sugar. I don't do brown
You
sugar.
don't use brown
no,
sugar?
but it's a lot of love.
I thought it might be.
You put the praline
Secrets?
together with a lot of love, and that's it. That's all I can tell you. Just keep eating them and keep buying them, and you're going to be all right. You're going to
Okay.
look like me. You're going to feel like me. It's going to be all right.
Okay. So there's a secret ingredient like Coca-Cola?
No,
So,
I can't tell you that.
okay.
Okay, I
What's-
am so sold right now.
So
If
you're
I,
a secret-
because they are really good.
They
And If
are.
I can look like you look at a young age of 78, I'll be eating them. I'll keep eating them.
How many would Kevin have to eat to turn black? Just a question.
He don't want to eat him to turn black. He could be black without eating a praline.
Good answer. When did you start making them really? Was it a family recipe?
That's a family recipe.
Okay, so it got handed.
And,
And who are you
I
handing
started
it?
making these pralines. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
When I made my 50th birthday,
I'm surprised you could still
I had
remember
to
that.
think about, of course, it's my birthday. I can remember my birthday.
I thought you said you
don't
couldn't
try
even
to-
remember being on the show.
I don't try to remember other people's stuff, only my own stuff.
Okay.
So listen to this.
Yes, I'm listening.
When
Sorry.
I made the 50th birthday, I had to think of something to do to make a living for myself because I never had worked to take care of myself before. So here I am, a woman that's separated from her husband, divorced now. What do?
Wow.
I don't want to live on the streets, So I had to think about the stuff that my man them taught me as a child growing up. And I said, okay, I can put these things together. And I sat down and I wrote it all down on a piece of paper. And what I did, I called up the newspaper company and I ran an ad for $9. One day, my phone started ringing and it never stopped. And what it read, it said, Creole and Cajun foods from my kitchen to yours. And hey, it was a hit.
Wow. Who made
And it's
a...
still
at its
working.
best.
That's
There you
right.
go.
That's wonderful.
You
You
got
are
it,
the
baby.
definition of
I think I
just
need to
an
learn some
entrepreneurial
things
leader.
from you.
That's right. And here I am.
That's fantastic.
Sitting at the table with
Hey, Kevin.
all you money guys.
I know. We're all so wealthy. Kevin, could that...
I'll do some parties for you too, Sue.
Come on, then.
Cater.
Kevin.
I stole it. I stole your
Where's
menu.
my...
Yeah.
Kevin, could that still work today? That's something that simple, putting a $9... Well, if we even had a newspaper, of course. Putting an ad in the newspaper that says, from my kitchen to
Well,
yours.
the mediums might change and the tactics might change, but what doesn't change is the drive and the passion and resilience, like coming over adversity. I think New Orleans has got so many stories about that, especially after the Katrina situation. Where everyone became an entrepreneur. After Katrina, the city had shut down. Everyone needed to start up again. And it took resilience. And I think you're the definition of that in terms of really, that's what entrepreneurs do. They face adversity, they have an idea, and they will pursue it really creatively.
Yeah.
And I would argue the $9 ad is just a great example of creative execution.
Well, yeah, because I'll tell you, I know it costs more now, but when I did this, remember, I was 50 years old, and I'm 78 now, okay? So what is we saying here? That was, 28
49
years
ago?
28 years
Yeah,
ago.
49 years
See,
ago.
there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, that was probably like $400.
Yeah, so that was a lot of money you were
And it
saying
would be
back then. It
online
was-
right now.
Yeah.
You
So
know. And
what
I
happened?
did-
What happened to you at the age of 50 that you got divorced? Did your husband just walk out on you, or did you shoot him, or what?
No, I walked out on him at
You
the
walked
age,
out on
I walked
him?
out on him at the age of 40. I think I was 47.
And you had nothing to go to. You didn't have a career or education.
No.
Or, did you
I
go?
had education, of course. I went to school.
What did you go
I
to school?
graduated from the 12th grade, and I got
Right.
2 years of business college.
You
You
went to
know?
business college.
Of course.
Well, that might have something to do with why you're a
Yeah,
successful
that's-
entrepreneur as well.
Yeah, that
What
helped.
business
that
college?
helped.
What business college did you go to? Harvard?
No, straight.
Same as Kevin?
Down on Claiborne Avenue.
Straight.
Straight business college.
Straight business. Oh my God, what a great name. Carol remembers
Yeah,
that
that's
too.
the
She's
name.
not
She know.
straight business. Was it somebody called Straight, like George Strait, or was it?
You know, I don't know who
Was it the
named-
opposite of crooked?
what name came behind it, but
Straight business college. What a
I
great.
went to that.
Do you still have a
college.
degree for like a certificate on the?
Oh, I got all kinds of certificate for my food. For
Yeah, but I mean, do you
great
have like a
food.
straight business college? Because I'd love to
I
see
lost I lost it during
Katrina.
the Katrina storm.
Yeah,
I lost all my
right.
papers, you know. But I went to the Culinary School of Arts, and guess where it was? The Orleans Parish School Board. I learned to become an entrepreneur.
that from the Orleans Parish School Board.
That's right.
Okay, well, that's probably the funniest sentence I've
I
ever
think
heard.
that's the best. You can't get it better than that. You know
You
what I'm
can't
saying?
do better than the getting.
That's right. Starting because you
Entrepreneur
have to start from cleaning garbage cans. You know, oh yeah, dishwasher. Then you go to the bread department. Then the boiling the beans, and then serving the lunch, and then.
And this is at the age of
becoming a
47?
manager's helper. Huh?
This is at the age of 47. You started cleaning out the garbage can for the Orleans
I
Parish
was
School.
younger than that. I was younger than that.
Okay.
I could have been like 25 years old. I still had my husband then.
Oh, so he didn't mind you going to clean out the garbage can?
No,
at
he
the-
didn't mind me doing that because he didn't like to work.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What did he like to do?
He liked to stay home and cook and take care of the children and
I like that. That would be
keep
great.
the house clean, you know.
Yeah.
He was a good house husband. He was
Where is
very
he?
good.
Where is he today?
He's deceased. Yeah. But he was a good dad and a good house husband, and I was the one that went out.
Okay,
and
so
got
what made
I
you-
was the one to go out and get the bacon.
Well, I thought you said you got to the age of 50 and you had no way of supporting
Well,
yourself, so
because
that's
we
just some
were-
sort of a line that you use.
We were separated by then when I
Okay.
got to be 50. We were separated.
But he was
and
staying at home and you were
divorced.
going out working the whole time you were married.
Yeah, we were married then.
Well, what made you walk out on him? Sounded like he was a good provider. I mean,
He was a good
emotionally.
provider. He was a good provider.
Looked after the kids.
But I guess when he got older, when the kids grew up, got married, then he started to drink this alcohol.
Oh, no, it comes with
Then
alcohol.
it-
Yeah.
I'm single.
It,
How many single guys are here? Kevin, you're married with kids.
I'm married with kids.
Michael, you're single. What about Michael, the other Michael?
Divorce.
but alcohol will do
Michael's
it. It'll
married.
make you lose your
Marcel
husband
is
or your wife.
Marcel hasn't said a word in ages. I'm going to
Yeah,
talk
I'm
to you.
totally single.
Okay, listen, Marcel. Let's talk about
That seems to be your theme.
let's talk about Hugo Chavez and the election in Venezuela in just a minute. First of all, though, Mitch Foreman's going to play something. Mitch Foreman's been very quiet today as well, hasn't he? Mitch, are you okay today?
Yeah, no, you know what? You left. The transmission was blocked
Oh, you
for a
couldn't hear me
moment.
across the room there through. Oh, God damn it! Is it fixed now?
It seems to be. I hear you now. but
Okay.
I didn't hear what you said prior to that.
Oh, well, you want to start over?
Mitch, you didn't hear me.
You didn't hear Eva telling us that
I wanted
No,
you
I
to
did.
hear
I
me.
she
heard
just
all
won
that.
the
I just didn't
lottery,
hear the.
she said. Okay, Mitch, what are you going to play today?
I'm going to play a song called Emily, written by Johnny Mandel.
Okay. Very nice. Makes you very nice. Okay. Who is Johnny Mandel?
Johnny Mandel was just a songwriter. I think he's still alive.
Just a songwriter.
No, but he wrote a lot of film scores.
Yes.
Very well
You guys hear
known.
that screaming, by the way? Or is that just in my mind? Because please tell me you guys can hear that. What the hell is that? Maybe it's a party here at the Columns Hotel.
Yeah,
Mitch, that
it's
was
a
a beautiful
party in
piece.
the
That was,
background.
there is a party over there, T.
I think I want to go over to the
Do you want
party.
to go check it out?
Yeah.
Drag them in here. Okay, listen, I don't think in the whole time we've ever done this show, we've had a political conversation one time ever about anything. So I thought the best place to start a political conversation would be let's talk about the politics in Venezuela. Chris, can you turn me up a little tiny bit so I can hear myself? Oh, it's my fault. Sorry, it's the headphones. Okay. So, Marcel, you're the communications director for something called the Comando Exterior Venezuela. Is that a national or international organization or just exists here in New Orleans?
That's going to be the international arm of the presidential campaign. The local one down there is called Comando Venezuela. This is Comando Exterior.
So exterior meaning outside of
So
Venezuela.
the foreign Venezuelan command.
Okay.
I never really liked the command part of it because, we're not really doing any... we're civilians.
So commando, is that a Spanish word? So I thought it was a commando, like a guy who puts black stuff on his face.
Exactly, right. When they asked me to join, it's like, what do you mean by command?
It also means that wearing pants without underwear, doesn't it?
I never heard that part.
You never heard going commando, Kevin, right? Yes. T. Eva,
really?
you know that term?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And
Did you know that term before? Perhaps
I
it's
heard
too
the
late.
whole free bowling thing, but not going commando.
Okay.
That works too.
Okay. That's good. So this is a presidential election that's going on in Venezuela to replace or to re-elect Hugo Chavez.
That's correct.
I thought that we get the impression here, well, there's a lot of questions to ask you about this, but we get the impression here in the United States that this guy, Hugo Chavez, is like the devil incarnate. And you're against him being re-elected. You're working for the other guy, Capriles Radonsky, right?
Yeah, you're
So what's
correct.
the truth about this guy, really? What's it like living in Venezuela with him as the president?
Well, Venezuela is a self-proclaimed socialist regime, which is, a total lie. They got McDonald's all over the place. It's a big consumerism.
Well, socialists
culture.
have to eat.
Yeah, this is merely a cover. So, people that travel, people that go to malls and dump all their paychecks, blah, blah, blah. So, in that matter, everybody's living just as fine as they were in Miami or over here, whatever.
But what's the definition? This is a stupid question, but the definition of socialism doesn't mean that you're not allowed to eat or go and buy something at Home Depot, does it?
This is, the way he takes it is that he wants to implement, he wants to grow government really big, like no American has any idea what big government really means. So that's what he's doing.
Right.
So a really exclusive social and economical model that affects, people in the middle class, which is okay because, a lot of the poorer sectors were ignored for years, 40 years to be precise, up until he came to office. But things have gotten worse. He's becoming that old horse that's still hanging around. So to put it in perspective, I don't know, we don't have a whole lot of time to talk about this. Let's say you had a chance to get rid of Gaddafi on clean elections 20 years ago. So this is it. We either win or we lose.
Oh, you have a chance to actually have a chance to vote him out.
Is this a
definitely.
real free and fair election?
It is.
All right.
It
Okay.
is.
Okay.
We think...
So even you think the guy's like he's not a dictator, then it's not like Castro or something.
A lot of people in the union of political parties that I belong to, they like to throw those terms out there, which I'm entirely against. The guy, there is some abuse, there is some crossing over the other executives, other branches of government,
Right. Okay, so let's bring it home for a minute. In Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Missouri, there are 638 Venezuelans.
That's correct.
Thank you. It's not like I just know that off the top of my head.
Yeah, I just read our
press release. I'm reading it here. And in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina, there are 19,000 Venezuelan voters.
Yes.
So now these 19,000 Venezuelan voters are all going to come to New Orleans to vote in this election because why? What happened?
Okay, well, so that's the thing. That's the passion of the issue. We either lose the country or we don't. Losing as in, this guy's going to be there for years and then just run down the country, which is going to be looking a lot like the Soviet Union, into the
but
early 90s.
But what I'm asking is why are these American Venezuelans coming
why are
to
they
New
taking
Orleans?
the trouble to come
Why
all the
did
way
they
over here?
close down the consulate in Miami?
Okay, so what happened? There's so this government they're not a bunch of crooks, but they're not career diplomats. Chavez came. It's like, the people comes to power. We hear that speech a lot from Tea Party and all that stuff. Oh yeah, the people's gonna take over, blah blah blah. So you're gonna fill all your.
You're not linking the Tea Party to the socialist regime.
Oh look, I have a very important.
How many beers have you had?
Very interesting crossovers between.
Okay, well let's get to that in a minute.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
So anyways,
You're sorry to interrupt you. I can't remember where you were either. Why did they close down the consul?
She's not a diplomat. So she got caught, according to Univision story.
Who's not a diplomat?
Oh, the consul of Miami.
It's a woman. It's a Venezuelan woman who's the consulate, the ambassador.
She's there. They served 20,000 people. So what happened? Univision read a story. She was like some restaurant meeting up with some Iranians talking about Mexican hackers attacking U.S. nuclear facilities, which I think is complete bull.
We're gonna have to have that sentence over again. Say that again. The Venezuelan ambassador or whatever she was, the consulate, was in a restaurant talking with Iranians about Mexican hackers.
Hitting U.S. nuclear facilities,
Mexican hackers,
which I've never heard about before. But anyways,
no.
I'm assuming the U.S. takes these things very seriously, and they
Mexican hackers. Why would they be Mexican?
Hey, look,
hackers?
I don't even know how true this Univision.
Why wouldn't they have their own hackers in Venezuela? Why would they?
Well, I mean,
outsource
Venezuela's
Kevin,
we're big friends.
Any idea?
I don't. Maybe perhaps they're better at hacking. I don't know.
I don't think
but it's a big cyber.
They're wrong great drug cartels, but that's about
cyber terrorism is a big issue, and we're working actually with an entrepreneur this season called Digital Forensic Solutions, and they are a leader. They are a leader in digital forensics.
Yeah, I'm
solutions.
Yeah, you're going to have to
have solutions for
digital forensics. Yes, Michael Radar.
Yeah, you're going to have to hook me up with that. I'm into forensics.
No, okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, she's in the restaurant, the Venezuelan ambassador, with the the Iranians, talking about Mexicans hacking into U.S. nuclear facilities.
Yeah.
This is getting good. Michael Radar, yes.
Now it's starting to sound like a bad bar joke.
Oh, maybe it is. Is it like the rabbi, the priest, and the nun walk into the bar?
No, this happened. You go look her up. I forget her name.
Look it up.
Who started this conversation?
Look it up. I don't have time to look it up. I'm very busy right now. Okay. Go on, Marcel. Anyway, okay.
The U.S., the Department of State declares persona non grata. So she has to leave the country within, 36 hours.
The United States federal government said you're not allowed to represent. That's interesting. Can they do that, actually? Can you tell
it's all diplomatic
kick out
missions.
diplomats?
So,
okay, all right.
Yeah. So in retaliation, which I guess the Venezuela gets to kick out the Caracas. Well, no, because it wouldn't happen in Washington.
Well, that's what normally happens then, is the other country kicks out your person. Is that what happened?
They did something very interesting because this is like about 8 months ago. They just decided to shut down the Miami consulate.
Who decided to do that? The American?
No, the Venezuelan government.
The Venezuelan government said, screw you. We're not going to...
Chavez, you know what? We're going to shut that down, which doesn't really do anything for the American government. It screws the 250,000 Venezuelans that live in Miami.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's a pretty good idea, though, frankly, isn't it? Because if you think about it, the people who have left are probably not going to be supportive of Chavez, so
not.
It disenfranchises them.
Yeah, that's the biggest polling center.
Pretty smart, I would say.
Biggest polling center outside Venezuela in the entire planet. It's in Miami.
It's in Miami.
But now it's in New Orleans.
Interesting.
At least they've found a way to overcome the situation,
Well, that's a pretty interesting...
So you're saying New Orleans has got a huge population?
No, we only have 600.
Here.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah. No, we only have 630. Kevin, you have to pay attention. We only have 600.
I thought you said Miami was first, and then New Orleans. What was your comment about New Orleans?
No, they're all coming here because we have the other. We have a consulate here now.
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, we've always had a consulate. I mean, since
where's the Venezuelan consulate?
The Venezuelan consulate is. It used to be on the World Trade Center, but now it is in. It's this tall tower on Magazine Street and Poydras. I forget the address. 21st floor.
Oh, sure. Yes.
But I mean, we can't go vote there.
So where's the election? The election's going to be.
We are going to be holding it at the convention center, Lobby A.
Okay.
So.
Do you need a photo ID?
All you need to vote is to show up your Venezuelan ID. It's a statewide ID.
All right.
There's a lot of people have been complaining about here. Hey, all those people are coming in that we're paying taxes for the police to take care of all this stuff. Are they legal? Are they illegal? No. In order for you to be able to vote, you have to register. In order to be registered, you have to be a legal resident of the U.S. So absolutely everybody that's coming down here, it's a perfectly legal resident or citizen of the U.S.
You have to be a legal United States citizen to vote in a Venezuelan election?
Well, I mean, to register to vote locally.
Why?
Do you have to be a citizen or just legal resident?
Legal resident or citizen.
Okay.
Oh, that's a big difference. Good question.
It's dual citizenship.
There is dual citizenship.
Or just green cards of some sort, right?
Yeah, green card's fine.
Can you be a tourist here?
No, not a tourist. Because I registered as a student. Now I'm registered as an H1B holder. So
Well, H1B, that's just a tourist.
that's
isn't it?
work. No, that's work.
Okay.
Work visa.
So that's a work visa. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Anything less than that.
if
no.
I'm visiting here from Venezuela and I'm just on vacation, I can't vote here.
No, you
I
have to
be
fly
a
back.
resident. So how many of the 19,000 odd people are coming down here or up here from Miami?
At the very least, I checked just today. 66 buses times 60 is about 4,000 people. And then we have about there's 6.
Look at T. Eva's working out how many pralines is that?
A couple of 66, about 1,000 people coming by air. And then a bunch of people
That's the
driving.
really wealthy ones.
So, no, actually, there was a big fundraising event. They're flying for free.
Who's paying for it?
There's a bunch of contributions from citizens, enterprises down in South Florida. They raised up over $500,000 to fill up 7 planes. So it's a charter flight. They fly in, they have to go out.
Exciting. When is this happening? This is happening like this weekend.
what date
We're
is
talking.
that? Tell
I'm
me.
assuming like the wealthy ones, people are going to come and have fun. They should be started to pour in tonight.
Tonight?
So-
That's what I would do.
Can
The
you
election Saturday?
I'm sorry?
When's the
Sunday.
election? Sunday.
The election is Sunday.
Strangely enough.
So all the flights are
If you're a
coming
socialist, you
in.
don't believe in God, I suppose. So is that right?
I don't.
Is that-
8 a.m.
yes. T. Eva, please go ahead.
Tell me something. How many buses can you line up at 5201 Magazine Street between tonight in the morning?
what?
I'll
That's a
work all
great
night
idea.
tonight.
It'll be a staggered start.
I don't know.
Give you some rest.
I brought pralines back home because I love them.
Oh, and I have
You know
more
what?
than pralines now.
We've tried to throw
That's a
parties
starter.
after election. The thing is that we don't know if 100 people are going to show up or 6,000. So we sort of got to let them go do their own thing.
So you're not
But
organizing.
if there's a post-election big party, which may happen Monday.
Oh, you mean if he loses? If Chavez loses and this guy wins? Capriles. What's his first name? Is his first name Capriles? Or is his
Enrique is his first name.
Oh, that's-
Capriles is his last name. Radomski is I guess, her mom's maiden name.
Okay.
It's actually, he's got some Jewish blood in him. And
Okay,
great-grandmother got
so
killed in the Holocaust.
we talked about yesterday. We talked about when we were putting the show together, and Chris, our tech guy and associate producer, said to me, I said, "Have you heard of this guy?" He said, "Oh, yeah, he's just some guy who's going to get shot."
That one?
Yeah, if he wins.
Wait, isn't that what they used to say about Obama? He never got shot.
Well, what is that true?
Yeah.
I mean, is there
yeah.
lawlessness down there?
No, this guy's
if
being-
he's going to
Obama
win.
did not get shot.
No,
that is true.
This
I
guy's
don't
being
think you're allowed to
open
say
field.
that in the United States, by the way.
Sorry, it was pretty funny.
No,
You can get arrested.
He's not getting
for
shot.
saying he's not.
Really?
Yes, if you talk about the president getting shot, someone from there, the special agent, whatever is that called, special service, Secret Service, is going to come and take you away.
Look, I'll leave my phone number at the end of this show. You
Okay.
can get in touch with me.
I've got it right here. I know that's someone else.
Oh,
Hey,
that's my campaign chief.
So what do you do as part of the wrangling of these
Well,
Venezuelans?
we were coordinator with the local chapter in Miami, who's been moving all these people. So we actually been trying to get in touch with the consul.
What are
locally.
you personally? What are you doing?
I mean, I'm part of it. I'm doing a lot of social media. I'm pushing out.
Code.
No. I keep using that for all other stuff. Updates. Okay, here are the hotels.
It's just an unattractive term, in my opinion.
Here are the hotels. Here's where you can stay. Here's some volunteers go and pick up people at the airport. This
Yeah.
and that.
Are you looking for volunteers to do that right now?
That's already all planned.
It's all done.
Yeah.
So you've figured all this crap out. You and how many?
me and-
how many
and there's
Venezuelans
about,
are there here in New
7
Orleans?
people.
Seven.
No,
Seven people.
Well, 7 people. In,
Seven.
We're the local command
Commando.
or commando. Yeah.
So 7 guys are. Hello, Kate. Anybody want a drink? These the rock guys are going to have. Hey, listen.
I'm good.
So hang on a sec, Marcel. 7 people have organised this whole thing for 20,000 people to come here.
Well, we're doing a lot of the hosting. We talked to the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We got a lot of hotel block rooms. At preferential rate and hotels around this convention center. They did most of the mobilization over here.
Okay.
I mean, that would have been insane. Those guys are being a lot more busy than
Okay,
us.
so the election is Sunday, and when is the result?
Well, the votes from here are sort of not going to matter if it's... Well, they will at the end if it's too close, but it's more of a symbolic thing. In Venezuela, they will hear about this probably Monday morning, 2 or 3 a.m.
So When's the party going to be? If this guy wins, there's going to be a major party, right?
We're going to either have a campaign closing on Monday or a big party of some sort.
Where will we go for that? Because anyone listening to this might like...
When I was on the way over here, I was on the phone with some people came from Miami. They were with this guy, Anselmo. And they're like, hey, we sort of coming up with this, blah, blah, blah. I have to go meet him later. We're actually doing CNN interviews later at the...
You're going to be on CNN?
Yeah.
Very impressive.
How
drunk are you going to be by the time the CNN people?
Hey, look, I'm working on this.
Yeah, it looks like I know. Well, I won't advise you to stop drinking just to be on CNN. Hey, this is an exciting weekend then for you.
No, it is.
And for the whole of Venezuela, maybe. But hasn't this, just correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't this happened before? Didn't he come up for re-election last time and some other guy almost won? And then he won again?
It's way different. This guy has been visiting towns and it's like you have a bunch of like people just come out randomly.
Why is there blood on this already?
I don't know. You printed that.
Whose blood is that? Is that an omen?
No, that's not mine.
It's not yours?
I usually check my wounds every morning.
I cut myself shaving on the way in.
Did you?
No. Yes.
Were you shaving on the way here? Well, that's a dangerous part. You shouldn't be shaving on a motorbike. That's ridiculous. Hey, listen, you guys, you want to play another song? Sorry, Michael. How's it going with the work over there, Michael? Are you making progress?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Sure.
What are you playing this time, guys?
This is another
Play something I can dance off of.
That's a nice idea.
That would be nice. Unfortunately, this one's a little slower, of course.
Now, here's a blue
Now that you want something happier. No, this is another new one, so at least new to you.
Well, certainly. Hey, listen, but just before you play this now, this is a different accordion. What kind of accordion is this? This has got different buttons on it.
Yes, this is a triple row accordion where it has 3 different keys on each row. And and it's most often used in Tejano music, but they also use it quite often in Zydeco music.
Okay. Has that got a name, this accordion? The other one's called a Cajun accordion. What's this one called?
Just a triple row?
Yeah, triple row.
Okay. Michael Caine, what's this song? You wrote the song?
Yeah.
What's it all about?
This is love and angst. Actually, this is one of the first times I tried to integrate New Orleans theme into my songs. I usually don't. But it's another love gone wrong
song.
Trying to, but it's in a better vein. It's in a better vein than it comes out slightly happier than my old songs of past, which are just start out depressing and just go straight down.
So there's hope at the end of this.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, actually, I'm not.
You're not really kidding.
No, I am. No, it's actually pretty good. I'm kidding about my old songs, actually. So they're not so bad. So this one's called Rain. So let's give it a shot. So let's start again. Forget the dark times when you lie alone in the dark. Well, I remember all the good in her. She wasn't good for me from the start. They all say I dodged the bullets, but I still feel its pain. Lord, help me wash away her sins and bring on the rain. Rain, come down and rinse off the shame. Like on a heavy August afternoon, south of the Ponce train. I pushed her away so many times, grew to love her all the same. Flooding these streets with redemptive waves so I can clean my soul again. Left my bed as quickly as she slipped on in. I can't take much pride in how it started, but many times I'm glad it did. She found another man who promised all the things she wanted to hear, the things I couldn't give her, based on my own fear. Rain, come down and rinse off the
was great.
Having the word Pontchartrain in it gives it the New Orleans theme. Is that right?
Pretty much. That's about it.
It's a great word. It's a great word, Pontchartrain.
And
that's a great song. Good job.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. In the end, there's not much to rhyme with it other than rain.
Well, what did you start with on that song? Did you start with the word Pontchartrain, or did you start with the idea of the word rain?
It just came, honestly, I was just writing a song about an old girlfriend, and it just popped in. It was August, and it was wet, and just thinking about New Orleans.
Was she a heavily tattooed woman?
She was actually not. No, she was.
That's why it didn't work out, right?
No, exactly. No, she's a great girl. I'm happy for her in the long term. But
what happened to her?
She's almost married and got a kid. So she's
almost married and got a kid.
Yeah, things like that. Sometimes the wheel comes before the horse.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you going to be playing the Oktoberfest?
We are not. The next gig we have is Checkpoint Charlie on Halloween. So we're taking we have a few weeks off, until then. So it's kind of nice to have a few weeks of weekends that we can actually relax before we hit it again.
Tomorrow, which is Friday, is Art for Art's Sake on Magazine Street.
Yeah.
So maybe you could stop in by T. Eva's at 5201 Magazine Street.
See, she's genius, isn't she, Kevin? You need to have her teaching these entrepreneurs.
Bring your squeeze box, bring your guitar, and let me tell you, it'll be on.
Entrepreneurship at its best.
Yeah. And she never misses a way to work in the T. Eva's pies and pralines.
The baby doll's going to be there. Ernie Cato baby dolls.
There you
come
go.
on out and meet and greet the ladies.
Are you going to be dressed as a baby?
They will dance for you too.
Are you going to be dressed as a baby?
Oh yes.
Okay. That's worth it.
I will be
getting into your baby outfit. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what you could do on your way down there? Because I totally forgot to mention Slice Pizzeria in this whole show. They have a happy hour down there from Monday to Friday from 2 to 6, so you still got time to catch that. They have half-price drinks, beer, wine, cocktails, and they have share plates as well. They're at 1513 St. Charles, and another one up on Magazine Street by Whole Foods at 5538. Also, you can find them at slicepizzeria.com.
Oh, that sounds
Do you
good.
ever go there? That's close to you, Slice.
Yes,
it's close to T. Eva's at 5201.
Sometimes for lunch,
Yeah. You get sick of eating the red beans and rice every day.
Well, yeah, I'm not sick of it, but sometimes I like to go down and say hello to my neighbors,
What do they like, the guys
give
at
them a
Slice?
play, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They come down and eat my red beans, and I go over and eat their pizza.
There you go.
Is anything wrong with that? That's how
Nothing.
neighbors get along.
Nothing's wrong with it, I don't think.
All right.
And I'm also surprised you haven't made one mention of your crawfish pies, which are amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, you know something about me. Oh, I love that.
You're a celebrity.
I'm going to give you a kiss in a minute.
Okay, guys. Kevin, before we get out of here, what should we know about Idea Village and the new class of entrepreneurs that are coming up? What should we look out for? What do you think is going to be surprising and exciting about this class? Who have you discovered?
There is a lot of talent this year in the entrepreneurial network. We just chose 15 entrepreneurs for the Idea Accelerator class, which is our high-end kind of consulting service that we provide.
And is there one idea that you heard that you thought, oh my God, this guy's a genius?
We've got 15.
I know you can't pick favorites. You don't want to say
really
anything.
compelling ideas. And you know what's exciting about it? A lot of technology, either technology supported or technology focused, a huge amount of diversity across multiple industries. So it really shows the growth of what's going on in New Orleans right now. So those who want to get involved, ideavillage.org, understand what the season's all about and understand the support that can be provided and that's needed for entrepreneurs.
Okay, thanks, Kevin. Kevin Wilkins is the COO and entrepreneur in residence at the Idea Village. T. Eva is the proprietor of T. Eva's Famous Pies and Pralines at 5201 Magazine Street.
You got
correct?
that right.
What's in your back pocket right now? It's a special card.
I have.
Okay, you have Kevin's card.
Village.
Okay, so you got that in your back
They want
pocket.
to put me in a business on Magazine Street in a building.
Okay,
I got the
love
business
it.
already.
I love
but
it.
they
The
gotta put me on that building.
Parishioners album is putting the past to rest. Michael Radar and Michael Caine, thanks for joining us here.
Thanks for
on
having
Happy
us.
Hour. And Marcel Mata, the communications director for the Commando Exterior Venezuela experience. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you for having me.
I hope that really works out, and we're excited to see what happens as a result of that. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here on Happy Hour. The producers of our show are Melinda Hawes, Graham DePonte, Trish Kaufman, and Anush Karoon. Our associate producer and technical director is the fabulous Chris Kehoe. Our music director is Christian Unruh, and Dr. Cliff Brigden is our web designer and our link to the real world. Mitch Foreman is playing our theme song here, and he also wrote it. If you'd like to be on our show and you can stay upright for approximately 60 minutes, drop us a line at itsneworleans@gmail.com. Our show is recorded live at the Collins Hotel. You can check out our other happy hours and our other shows, Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti live from Commander's Palace, Mindset with psychiatrist Dr. Nick Pajic, True to the Game with Chris True and Tammy Nelson, and Win Win, our show about the New Orleans Vietnamese community with Steve Wynn and Q Win. That's all here at itsneworleans.com, where you can keep up with us by liking us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter, and you can sign up for our mailing list at our website, itsneworleans.com. If you're listening to this on iTunes, thanks for subscribing, and before you give up, what about taking a moment to rate and review us? That helps other people find us, and we'd appreciate it. Also, you know, we're giving away a stun gun. We really are. We're giving away a cell phone case that becomes a 650,000 volt stun gun. Take a look at our Facebook page and see if I'm kidding. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. For Mitch Foreman on piano, everybody here around the table and back at the office, I'm Grant Morris. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Happy Hour.
At Farmers Insurance, we know there's a crucial difference between a kick drum pedal and your car's accelerator pedal. Because we covered it. Click for more.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.